Hello everyone, this is Jashan. I am back with another one of the important cue cards, and the cue card today that we are going to discuss is talk about a thing that you borrowed from someone. Now this cue card is about the past tense. From where are we going to get the link? In here is the hint, that is borrowed. So this is about an incident that did take place in the past. The follow-up questions that we have today are 5 in number, and they are: what did you borrow? So obviously you have to identify the thing that you borrowed. When did you borrow? Why did you borrow it? The reason for borrowing. Whom did you borrow it from? Explain how you felt. Now you have to tell the person what was the thing, who was the person that you borrowed it from, when did this incident happen, explain how you felt it, and so forth, the last question as well. Now when we have these set of questions, we know we are talking about borrowing. So that is the topic which will give you your introduction. And your introduction can start on the same way, such as: many times I borrow a lot of things. Some I borrow from my friends, the other times I borrow from my family or my relatives whenever required. Speaking about the same topic, I have borrowed a pen from my friend recently. So in this, the first line is your introduction, and the second line is now the link to the following answers to all the questions. And yes, in this sentence itself, you have given the person identification of the thing that you borrowed. That was a piece of stationery, being pen. Now we'll move on to answering the rest of the questions. And in order to question them, in order to answer the questions given, it's better to form a small little story out of it, because it will be convenient for you to know the segregation of ideas. So this incident dates back to the time when I was in my 10th board examination days. I was pretty nervous and I was in tension because I woke up late one morning. And that day I went to school in a hurry. As soon as I entered, I sat in the examination hall and my exam started on the spot. So this is, you are reaching the time, the desperate time when you had to borrow something. So forth, you will say that after half an hour later, you can say 1 hour, 2 hours later, my pen stopped working. After this, you have to give the reason as to why did it stop working. It ran out of ink, it was leaking, and I had a spare pen as well. But then that spare pen was also leaking. I was left with no other option. I had no other pen with me. And my examiner was quite angry with me, maybe because I was not well prepared, because maybe I was asking or seeking help from other people. At that time, my friend came to my rescue. He gave me a pen and I started writing back. After that, I was thankful to my friend. Once my exam ended, I was able to complete my exam on time, and I thanked my friend for helping me. That day I realized that negligence was the main cause why I had to borrow that thing. And also that day I found it significant that I only need to borrow during the desperate times. So I knew what is the importance of borrowing. In this way, you are giving an introduction. You're starting with the significance of borrowing, or you're telling the person when do you borrow. You're going on to the incident, explanation of the incident. You're going to tackle the borrowing aspect. You have to identify why did you borrow, what are the factors that led you to that. Then you will talk about the rest couple of questions, and along with that we'll move on to the last line that's going to end your speaking. Generally, whenever you have your cue cards, it is very easy to fetch the introduction out. It's just a topic that you'll be speaking. What about the conclusion? How do we end it on a good note? Conclusion is mainly your take on the respective topic that you talked about. What was your opinions? How did you feel about it? What were the things that you considered about that topic? In the end, you will just give your opinions, and that will help you to give a very well ending to your cue card. Next time, whenever you have a cue card, try giving an introduction and a conclusion. In the mid, explain all the questions answer. In this way, this is more of like a sandwich layout that we call. This sandwich layout will help you to fulfill that 2-minute requirement for your speaking, and you will be able to speak for 2 minutes. So that is all about your round 2, that is cue card. So now that we are done with round 2, let's move on to round 3, that's the follow-up cross questionings. Now these questions will be based on the topic on which you have given your speaking. The first question is, what are the common things that people like or need to borrow? Now in this type of question, the people are asking you to talk about some things that generally people borrow. So anything that comes to your mind will be the answer. You can say that there are certain conditions or certain situations and people they ask or they borrow things from other people. These are only when they are lacking the resources. We don't really have the things. So the borrowed things can be books, they can be CDs, these can be cars, video games, chargers, and sometimes, yes, the resources asked for is even money. These type of questions you can and you will have to speak about more than one thing, because the question is asking for a couple of things. The second question is, what are your thoughts about borrowing or lending things? So in order, if you're for this topic, if you're against this notion, you just have to put in your opinion with a justifying statement. You can say that I'm an enthusiastic borrower or lender. I also borrow and I also lend at the same rate. Not only does borrowing saves me money, but also lending gives me satisfaction. So when I lend things to other people, it gives me a sense of satisfaction that I'm able to help other people. Moving on to the third question, it reads, what are the things one should consider before borrowing? Obviously, you cannot borrow every single thing from every single person. There needs to be some things by which you have to remain cautious. So you can say that the people who are borrowing, they need to remain cautious, that they should never borrow some things which they will not be able to return once they are done using it. So we can talk about the perishable commodities. Beyond this, they should also avoid borrowing from friends, because if they do these things at a lot of rate, if they are frequently doing it, repetitively doing it, it can and it will jeopardize the friendship. It's going to ruin the friendship with the person. The fourth question is, in what situations or in which conditions should people borrow things? Obviously, when they're lacking some things, right? So you have to then again talk about the opinions, but with a justifying statement. You will say, in my opinion, in my views, if you ask me, according to me, people borrow in cases of emergency or when they need the things immediately and they're not having it. Now, because this answer is really short, we cannot extend it a lot. So what are we going to do? We are going to put in an example. You will say that situations such as during examinations, the children borrow books, they borrow stationery when they are in the examination center and so forth. So we are mentioning one situation out of that. The last question reads, what are the risks that are associated with borrowing money? Now, generally people borrow money a lot. So what are the certain risks that can be associated with this? Well, foremost, the risk is outdoing it. Now, obviously, if I know that I can borrow money from someone, the chances are that I might borrow more money than I can repay. So that is the first risk. I don't have enough money to repay him, but I've borrowed enough. Another reason can be that the person is not able to pay on time. Now, there is a certain deadline when you borrow things from people, especially when it comes to money. Now, you do have that time period, you do have that time constraint, you cannot stretch it a lot. So that is the second risk or second limitation that we can talk about. Also, it will affect or it will hamper the credit record of the person if he is not able to deposit money on the said or promised time. And sometimes additional money also needs to be paid. This is in the form of interests that we pay. Now, when we have to answer these questions, make sure that you're justifying, you are putting in reasons, and if you are lacking justification, please do add examples. The only key point is, don't just say one line and stop it there, because your one line will be the rephrasal of the questions that examiner asks you along with the answer. So that forms one line. Your second line will be the explanation. You have to justify your state of mind. You have to justify why you've chosen that particular state when it came to the question. So I hope this way of solving your cue card along with the follow-up questions will help you when next time you are facing second and the third round of speaking. Thank you so much.